Hi guys. So I wanted to talk about rocks for a few minutes tonight. It's kind of a strange thing maybe for a woman in her 40s to decide to suddenly start a rock collection, but that's okay. I'm like that, I guess. As some of you know, I've been spending a lot more time outside lately in the last 6 months or so. And this weird thing started happening. It was like I was being pulled to go and look at things, natural things like rock formations and different kinds of, I don't know, just lots of different kind of stuff out in nature, trees and clouds and I don't know, just stuff, plants and whatnot. And I was outside anyway, so why not, And it kind of reminds me that my grandpa was a prospector. He wasn't my biological grandpa, but he was my grandpa, right? Anyways, so he was a prospector, and he had a gold claim. And he also had like this hill type of a thing that he mined that was in his front yard. He had one of those wheels that spins, like the water comes down and it like catches the dirt and the metals fall to the back and stuff. And he had a little shop that had a kiln, and like he could refine the gold in there, and then he could like cut gems out of rocks and stuff. He had it set up. It's kind of unfortunate that I'm so far away from that place right now. I'm not sure it would even look the same. My grandma is still alive, actually. His wife. My grandpa passed away a while back. But when I was like 13, I think I was either 12 or 13, we got to have a special day together because I had done something bad, and everybody, I think they were like ready to kill me, so they had to have somebody save me by getting me out of there type of a thing. Because what the deal was is, like, I stole money from my stepmom. I don't really know why for sure that I did it. I don't know, I was tempted, and I stole $40 out of her wallet, and I didn't hide it, though. It's weird, like, it's like I wanted her to catch me, because I left it right where she could see it and would know. And then when she came to me, I don't know, it was weird. Anyways, so I was in trouble, and they wanted, they were mad at me, and my grandpa's like, you know what, kiddo, we need to go for a drive, I think. And so he took me out on his gold claim, and we walked around for hours, and we had this really long talk, and he showed me a lot of really cool things and taught me a lot about different kinds of rocks and stuff, and refining processes and just all kinds of really totally random stuff, super special to me, though. Anyway, so when it started happening where I felt this pulling to go and check things out, I started grabbing some samples while I was out. And so I wanted to just kind of show you some stuff that I've been paying attention to. So I live in Idaho. I live in an area where there are a lot of volcanoes, and none of them have really erupted in a while. But we have all these buttes and stuff around. Well, while I've been out in different towns and areas, I've been just kind of I'll collect a rock sample. Well, I started noticing over time there's some really interesting differences in these rocks. See? Just hang in there with me. So some of them are way more dense, and some of them are way more porous. Some of them have, much different coloring throughout and whatnot. Well, I started noticing other things. So I decided that while we were on each job, I would grab some samples from wherever we were, or whatever was nearby. And I've, started finding a lot of like crystalline structures and metal, like rocks, metal crystalline type of deals. And I started remembering these conversations that my grandpa and I would have. And then the more places that I went, the more samples I started collecting, and just started really paying attention to some things, These are all native to Idaho. None of these are out and like too far away. In fact, these are all within, I want to say within an hour and a half of me, of where I live. So I started noticing some really different kind of things, some interesting stuff. And it was just kind of like my imagination started getting really curious as I was looking through some of these. So I started finding some that were kind of, I don't know, really red and just interesting. So what I'm going to do is go through these, and then I'm going to come back after you look. See how these ones are like, they look like they may have come from the same rock, and these ones probably not, but a couple other little crystalline ones. So this is one that I thought was interesting. This one really got me thinking, because I worked in the retail industry for a while, and I dealt with concrete a lot. Hold on. Sorry, I got interrupted for a second. So in my retail career, I spent a lot of time working with concrete, and I, just because of where I worked in that department store, like the tool rental was by like the building materials and stuff. So I dealt with a lot of concrete, and a lot of the vendors would come and hang out and talk, and we had like what we called our pro days, and they would send, a representative from various companies, and they would come and show us how their stuff works, and we got to be friends with most of them, and it was kind of a cool thing, and they bring cool like hats and shirts and I don't know, just little little things. Anyway, so some really special relationships. But so I started looking at this, and I was thinking, well, it's weird because it's almost kind of like concrete. And then I started, I don't know. We'll come back to that in just a second. I'm just gonna kind of scroll through these. I started noticing some different types of things. And it's not like I have answers. I have theories. It's like one of those things that makes you go, I don't know if anybody else is noticing, like, maybe that, like, they're being, like, pulled to pay more attention to nature. But I would say if you are, maybe go see what you're trying to be shown. So like I said, I don't have any like concrete answers. I just have some, I don't know, suspicions. So yeah, and it's wintertime now, so everything's all covered in snow, so I can't really go get a bunch more. But I don't know, what do you think? It's just interesting. Like, I would think like ancient concrete, or is this somebody's body that got inebriated and like instantly solidified? It's weird. Crushed up in a garbage disposal or something. I don't know. That's my overactive imagination. I'm a nerd like that. It's okay. Anyway, so I have some other stuff to share either later tonight or maybe tomorrow. We'll see how things go. Yeah, like I said, Idaho has a lot more than just potatoes, huh? So this one, I'm actually gonna break apart, and I was working on it a few months back, and things got a little stressful, and I forgot that I was even working on it. But yeah, I'm gonna break it apart and just kind of see what I find in there. It's really interesting, though, huh? Anyways, so I'll talk to you some more on some, I think tomorrow I'm working on some vocabulary and some number definitions. It'll be super fun. I love you guys. I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.